Shock and sorrow tonight as word spreads of the stabbing death of a woman jogging in a central Ohio park. Jane Juergens died from her wounds along the running trail at Ridgewood Park in Blendon Township.
We have team coverage of her murder. Paul Aker is digging into the teen suspect's life. Maureen Kosat spoke with the suspect's girlfriend, but we start with Shelby Croft, who's learning more about the victim. Shelby?
That's right. I'm in the neighborhood where Jane Juergens lived for 20 years, neighbors tell me. They also tell me she had 2 grown sons. Now, I also spoke with American Municipal Power earlier. That is where Jane had worked for 22 years. They tell me that she had just left earlier this year to start her own consulting company, and AMP was actually a client of hers in that company. They say that she was a very caring person, very involved in the community, and everyone there at that company is very upset to hear this news. Also upset, obviously, her neighbors here. One neighbor tells me that she had just spoken with Jane yesterday.
It's like, I know, because the police came last night asking questions because they had found her car. I put 2 to 2 together. Just very, very upset.
Now, her former co-workers did not want to go on camera. They say they are just upset and they're dealing with this tragic news. I also spoke with another neighbor here who says she used to come across the street and hang out with them. She says that Jane really enjoyed her running and she imagines that's what she was probably doing in the park. Reporting live in Westerville, Shelby Croft, 10 TV News.
Thanks, Shelby. And new at 6, we're digging into the background of this 16-year-old accused of killing Juergens and the group home where he lived.
10 TV's Maureen Kosat spoke with friends and neighbors of Jordan Stewart. She remains at the park in Blendon Township with the latest. Maureen, what can you tell us?
Well, Kristen, tonight it has been nearly 24 hours since the victim hit the trails here at the park and was attacked by a teenager armed with a knife. That is what police are saying. And tonight, the teen's neighbors tell 10 TV that it has been one problem after another at the group home where that boy lived. Police say the jogger's body was found on a main trail at Ridgewood Park just after 7 last night. Police say 55-year-old Jane Juergens was stabbed several times. Now, a teenager who lives in this group home just a half mile from the park is accused of the murder. Neighbors say they're not surprised.
Emergency squad or the cops are over there like once a week. I've had to go over there and break up fights when the people that are supposed to manage the group home are overwhelmed. We've had them out in the front yard. They've had them running away. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't one of them down here dead, actually.
16-year-old Jordan Stewart, a student at Westerville Central, is now facing a delinquent charge of murder. His friends say they're shocked.
He's very quiet and laid back. He doesn't get into any trouble at school. He's an all A's and B's student. So, I don't understand how this would have happened.
Police aren't talking about a possible motive in the attack. Franklin County Children's Services says it took custody of the teen last year. He was living in the group home run by a private company. Neighbors say they hope police get to the bottom of what happened. Neighbors telling us tonight that they are, quote, aghast at what has happened here. Now, we did reach out to the company that runs that group home. We left a message. So far, our phone call has gone unreturned. We did speak with Franklin County Prosecutor Ron O'Brien, who says he has already filed a motion for the teen to face the charge as an adult. In Blendon Township, Maureen Kosat, 10 TV News.
Thanks, Maureen. 10 Investigates dug into 16-year-old Jordan Stewart's past. He has a record dating back to when he was 11 years old. Charges include trying to harm his brother with a knife in 2010. In 2011, he was charged with theft and criminal damaging for setting a trash container on fire. Earlier this year, he was accused of hitting someone over the head with a bathroom scale, and today he's facing a murder charge. Stewart has been living at a group home on Copenhagen Drive in Westerville. 10 Investigates Paul Aker joins us live now. And Paul, explain what this group home means for the kids living there.
Well, here's what I can tell you about this group home as it relates to Jordan Stewart. He was first ordered by the court there in August of last year. A private company called Consumer Support Services runs that home on contract, and that particular home is considered the least restrictive for kids on court supervision. Franklin County Children's Services had 3 kids placed at the same place at the time. As far as licensing goes, the state is in charge of that, and it's responding to the situation. It sent us this statement from the Ohio Department of Jobs and Family Services. It says the allegations are horrific, and ODJFS will conduct a review of the facility's entire operation. We will assist the criminal investigation in any way possible, and will begin our review after the criminal investigation has concluded. We also called the group home's headquarters to get a comment, but we didn't hear back. In the newsroom, Paul Aker, 10 Investigates.
And our crews continue to dig deeper into this case to bring you new information about the suspect and the woman stabbed to death while running in a Blendon Township park. So stay with us online at 10tv.com and tonight at 11.